5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lydia Jasmine, yeah. Ati the first born atandi wako. Saso kasindi wako. Siringa uli butami. Kuli kasera mubera fani. Zene samu kumani. Nira chimu ikutale. Jagaranga wene yagara. So singa kwewe yagara. Matiranga wene matira. So singa kwewe matira. Jagarenga wene yagara. So singa kwewe yagara. Jagara matirenga wene matira. So singa kwewe matira. Zende chimuri echo nyuma okutimba. Ninge chikato omutali na mujinga. Zendi mumbeja atamanyi bya kulimbwa. Eka figa kalundi akanyuma okutimba. Kati njagala babuze chinyiriza. Echimfana nyabangereza. Bagambe sweet ati gwe nafuna. Yampala bune nyiriza.
Yatapita, yana mwisho. Ipo siku tayasahau. Watatoshi mwana kukarau. Kaza moyo, nivumilie. Amini tutayasahau. Watatoshi mwana kukarau. Wote
natakununulia mawigi na simu, ntakuzawadia pochi zenye thamani, na wewe ndo waingishia, utembe kwa ustani na vioki wafungia. Aloyumba nyoni Mungu na ndo atayumba kesho. Amini fungu letu lacha aliko mbali. Alisema vita zako tu tutatafuta kwa mateso. Baby miti ya kawaida usijali. Kidogo nachokuletea usinune, pokea. Nipate moyo nifariji, na juhudi naziongezea. Usichoke nyombea, Mola kubariki zaidi. Mungu kakupa sura, kakupa shepu, nyuma chora, mambo yetu mwana sanura. Mwenzako mimi
Telling me what I owe you. Telling me what you wanted me to give you.
Thank you very much, our VIPs. Thank you for joining us.
DJ, can you give us a beautiful song about Uganda? Even if you have a drum roll, let's cheer up our flag. It's about Uganda. Uganda, Uganda, we get a prayer. Here we go. All you are saying, I'm Uganda. Timona Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. You are most welcome. Please feel at home. Woo! It's all about you guys. And of course, our president, Justin Adol, actually giving a fantastic round of applause. Our VIPs, what a fantastic pleasure to have you tonight. Very good job. Very good job. Such a song. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, you went away. Oh yeah, thank you so much. We'd like to say a big thank you to our DJ, the audio department, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they're still enjoying the Uganda flag. There we go. If you can sing along. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yes. I don't see the praying. It's all about peace. And who else can give you peace of mind once you want to know? It's the us. We just got us in the building. Mental health access. You we just announcing. Where are you? We're just announcing. Oh yeah. Mental health access. Do we have any midwives? Okay, do we have any doctors? Are you married to a doctor? Are you a daughter of a doctor? We have some doctors in the building. Doctors, thank you. Thank you so much.
What a vibe, what a vibe. Thank you so much, Nancy.
You look amazing tonight. You look amazing tonight. And I don't fail to proudly say, you are my Lancers. Yes. You are my Lancers. And I'm proud to always applaud Ugandan nurses and midwives in the UK. All of you from different organizations, from different areas in the UK. We were in Northamptonshire, we were in Oxford, we were in London. We are moving places and making an impact. I love you all. I'll start with the mayor and mayoress, because we are in your city. Welcome the Deputy Lord Lieutenant, Hazel Snell. Most importantly, welcome our Deputy Commissioner. The Commission fights our battles for us, they protect us, they look after us as Ugandans in the UK. And we've seen your presence in this AGM for the last 6 years, so it means a lot. I would like to welcome all our sponsors. Mayor and Mayoress, this function is sponsored by Ugandan businesses in the UK and in Uganda. And I guess my call to action is, these nurses are delivering in NHS in the UK. How does the government, the systems in the UK, support our events? How do they support us to make impactful work? If these Ugandans with businesses are the ones pushing us, how do you guys get to help us with the sort of work that we've given? I've given 23 years to the NHS. How do I get back? That is our theme today. We want to be included. We want to sit on that table. A lot of the time we are outsiders looking in. We want to be included on that table for policies. Yes. We want to be developed. We want to be recognized. We want to be known. So this evening, all these nurses work all over the UK. They work and they deliver. So do include us in all that. Lastly, I would like to invite the mayor, of course, to welcome you guys in his city.
And it's lovely to be with so many people here this afternoon. And we've been given a fantastic welcome so far, which we really appreciate. Thank you very much. Now, I want to begin by thanking each and every one of you, not just for the invitation this afternoon to my wife Helen, the Wirral Mayoress, and I, but for the incredible and often unseen work that you do every day in the service of others. Thank you very much for that. And the work you do is not just within our NHS, but within our wider communities up and down the whole of the country. The theme of today's gathering, as I understand it, is, and I'll quote to make sure I get it right, is building resilience for minoritised healthcare workforce within an evolving and dynamic National Health Service. That theme could not be timelier or more vital as we stand here today. Resilience is not just about strength, it's about survival with dignity. It's about rising after being overlooked, about speaking up when voices are silenced, and about thriving in systems that may have not been established with you specifically in mind. Now, the Wirral, where I'm proud to be mayor, is proud of its diverse population, where cultures, professions, and communities enrich one another. But we know we have more to do here in Wirral. Events like this, spaces where truth is spoken, where support is shared, and where resilience is built collectively, are how real progress begins. We're particularly proud of the Ugandan diaspora and the vital contribution you make as nurses, midwives, carers, educators and leaders. As nurses, midwives and healthcare professionals from minoritised communities, you carry not only the weight of clinical responsibility, but sometimes you also carry the extra burden of cultural misunderstanding. And yet, despite that, you show up, you care, you heal, and you lead. The Ugandan Nurses and Midwives Association UK stands as a shining example of resilience in a remind us all that excellence is diverse and that no one should have to compromise at all who they are to succeed. To the next generation of nurses and midwives, I want to say you are not alone. You have a community that believes in you, and you have allies in places like here in Wirral who are committed to making sure your path is smoother, fairer and more just. And your values of compassion, professionalism and resilience are deeply admired and at the same time much needed. This association is more than just a professional body. It is a community, a family, a source of support, advocacy and inspiration. You lift each other up, mentor future generations, and bridge cultures between the UK and Uganda, and that in itself is no small achievement. The legacy of Ugandan healthcare professionals in the UK is one of courage and dedication. Many of you may have arrived in unfamiliar territory, faced various challenges with language, culture, and systems, yet you persevered, and in doing so, helped build one of the most admired healthcare systems in the whole of the world. During the darkest days of the COVID-19 pandemic, it was people like you in this room on the front line who kept the light of care and humanity going, and you should all be very proud of yourselves for that. On behalf of all the people of Whittle, I thank you for your service, your strength, and your outstanding spirit. I also want to extend an invitation. As Mayor of Whittle, you are always very welcome in Whittle. And I hope after you visited the Whittle this week, you will share that belief. Whether professionally or personally, we would be proud to work with you, support you, and celebrate your incredible achievements. Together, let us build bridges between communities, between countries, and between generations of carers and healers. Thank you once again for everything you do. You are all an absolute credit to your professions, to Uganda and to the UK. And may your gathering here today be filled with joy, purpose and continued unity. Finally, thank you once again for inviting us here today. I know I speak for the Mayoress and myself to say we're absolutely blown away with the welcome you've given us here this afternoon. The atmosphere in this room is absolutely amazing. You're all wonderful people, and as I say, you're always welcome back to the Whittle anytime in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. You all know that I don't do this work alone. So every executive member, you have 5 minutes to run here, please, for your recognition. All executive members at the back of the rooms, please, come to the platform so people can see the leaders of the association. Please, Nancy, I can have our lovely secretary, Caroline, taking minutes. Midwifery lead, Madame Peace Mohoro, who also does that. And then we've got our media communication lead, international MC and nurse, Madame Nancy Chisaka. We've got the deputy secretary, the beautiful Asha Love. And I still can't see my vice president, Mr. Timothy Mugelwa, but this is the executive that leads. I can't see the treasurer, who should be here. This is our executive.
I want to first of all say that it's very exciting. We are blown away to the organizers. I mean, the dancing already at the beginning has got us ready for the rest of the program. Thank you all for turning out. It is so good to see so many Ugandan faces here, and I'm looking forward to a very exciting and interesting event today. The Lord Mayor of Liverpool, it's an honor to have you here. And thank you for welcoming all us to Liverpool. I mentioned to you earlier, welcomed you to visit Uganda soon, because our country is blessed with many things, and we'd like you to come and enjoy. I know you have relatives who have already visited, but I would like you to come as well soon. Deputy Lord Lieutenant of Merseyside, representative of the Nurses and Midwifery Council, representative of GHC that has done a lot of work and it continues to do a lot of work in Uganda, and ladies and gentlemen in all your capacities. It's a great honor to be here on behalf of the Uganda High Commission, and I bring greetings from the High Commissioner, H.E. Nimisha Madvani, who is an ardent supporter of the Ugandan Nurses and Midwives Association. I know all of you have interacted with her and other members of the High Commission over the years, and will continue to support. My colleagues have worked and supported the association, and we are keen to ensure continued collaboration, particularly supporting development of healthcare systems in Uganda. I would like to express our deepest gratitude to the UK government for the excellent bilateral relations enjoyed by our two countries. These relations have far-reaching benefits, and we remain committed to strengthening our ties. We also appreciate the National Health Service for providing opportunities for you to serve global citizens in the UK and beyond. I want to quickly make reference to a few ongoing collaborations that illustrate the importance of the health alliances between Uganda and the UK. Kawempe National Referral Hospital is working with the West Yorkshire and Harrogate Local Maternity and Neonatal System to enhance emergency obstetric and newborn care in Uganda. Moorfields Eye Hospital in the UK is collaborating with Ugandan healthcare organizations to improve eye care services in Uganda, including Ruwaga Hospital, Eye Health Uganda, and the Uganda-UK Health Alliance. I know Primrose is here, and we have been discussing that. I want to thank her for her efforts. The University of Salford partnership with Fort Portal Regional Referral Hospital on antimicrobial resistance, AMR, and public health. The Butabika East London Link Health Partnership. These are just a few of the numerous partnerships between Uganda and the UK, which are mutually beneficial. The UK health system has learned from what health professionals in Uganda achieve, often with significantly less resources, while the Uganda health system continues to gain from the partnerships which equip local health workers with critical skills and resources, ensuring sustainable improvements in maternal care, specialist treatment, and leadership, strengthening the entire health system for the long term. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Uganda recognizes the invaluable contributions of its diaspora community, particularly in the health sector. To harness your skills and expertise more effectively, we are committed to mapping the skills of our diaspora community. We are working on this mapping with IOM, International Organization for Migration, which is a UN agency. The mapping initiative aims to leverage your expertise to enhance the quality of healthcare services for the Ugandan population, with a focus on promoting mental health and resilience in our dynamic healthcare system. Through the mapping exercise, we hope to identify areas where your skills can be utilized to address specific health challenges in Uganda. As health professionals, your work has a direct impact on the lives of individuals and communities. Your contributions, both in the UK and Uganda, have improved healthcare outcomes and saved countless lives. We appreciate your tireless efforts and unwavering commitment to improving healthcare outcomes. We take this opportunity to inform the association of the second annual Diaspora Convention that will take place in Kampala in December 2025. The UK diaspora was well represented at the first convention in 2024, and we are looking to have an even better representation this year and more tangible outcomes regarding contributions by the diaspora to the development of the health sector in Uganda. We intend to have an engagement with the diaspora in the UK that will prepare for attendance at the convention and ensure that meaningful outcomes are achieved. To all the nurses and midwives in the room, I applaud your tireless efforts and unwavering commitment to improving healthcare outcomes. May your passion for healthcare continue to transform lives. thank you for providing the Uganda High Commission with the opportunity to be part of this celebration this evening, and for the opportunity to share about how we can continue to work together to strengthen health systems. Thank you.
So much, Justine, for the invitation today. I am representing the Lord Lieutenant of Merseyside, who in Merseyside is the personal representative for King Charles, Our Majesty. So thank you, Justine, for the invitation. The Lord Lieutenant will be very jealous when I tell him what he has missed, because this has been absolutely amazing. So much energy in the room. I feel really invigorated by it, and such amazing women in the room as well, the likes of Justine. So thank you so much. It's also really nice to see some friends and colleagues. Lovely to see some representatives from Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, where I also work during my day job. And as part of that, I've had the pleasure of coming to your beautiful country, to Uganda. I've been to Kampala and to Entebbe to do some research, managing some research there. So I'm going to hand over to someone who can talk much more eloquently on this subject, Margaret Caffrey, who was a colleague of mine at Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine and now is at Global Health Partners. Can I just reiterate our thanks on behalf of the Lieutenancy, on behalf of the Lord Lieutenant. Thank you so much for the invitation, for the passion that you have. It's really important work that Justine is leading, especially around this topic of resilience, and anything that we can do within the Lieutenancy to help with that, we would be really delighted to help with that. So, handing over to you, Margaret. Thank you.
Our organisation, Global Health Partnerships, which was formerly FET, many of you will know, we are huge advocates of diaspora health workers and especially Ugandan health workers. We know that in the NHS, 1 in 5 health workers in the NHS hold nationality and non-British nationality, and that includes the midwives and the nurses who are in this room. So thank you very much, as the Mayor said earlier. The astounding support, the NHS, you're integral to the NHS. Integral to the NHS, your service is, but your service is not well acknowledged. Your services are not well utilised. And we need to make sure that those expertise, the expertise that you have, the skills that you are providing are recognised and rewarded, as Justine mentioned earlier as well. So thank you so much. Just one of the colleagues from the Liverpool School has done some recent research into the facilitators and barriers to people like yourselves providing support to the health systems in Uganda. And we know that there are a lot of barriers, somebody mentioned earlier about visas, but we also know that registration from both within Uganda and in the UK also doesn't support the work that you would be very keen to do in terms of supporting global health systems. Not only global health systems in Uganda, because the work that you do in Uganda also supports the NHS to learn from your expertise, bringing back innovation, bringing back the expertise that you move between two health systems and that you can communicate and influence the development of the NHS. So I just want to say I'm delighted to be here. Thank you so much. The energy, the passion in the room is amazing. I thought the Irish gave a good party, but I think the Ugandans have equally on that one. Thank you so much.
Mano wara wara pili lili yoleng na king mo pelaya yoleng mano kara kara pili lili yoleng Yoling mano wara pili lili. Yoling na gang mo pegaya. Yoling mano kara pili lili. Yoling kalawa yawa yo. Yoling mano wara. Ariya mo nigiria. Lubaye kuya. Adwara mo nigidwara. Lubaye kuya. Utero long mwana nigitwea. Lubaye kuya. Muwili wa bili nigitwea. Lubaye kuya. Kaan Lubaye kwara Beitema Kaan Oleye kwara Beitema Kaan Lubaye kwara Beitema Kaan Oleye kwara Beitema Kubaranya kwe nigitwara pin Lubaye kuya Ikape kuma nigitwara pin Lubaye kuya Kuwilu makjay niginera Lubaye kuya Kutiero kwe niginera Lubaye kuya Kaan Lubaye kwara Beitema Kaan Olaye kwara Beitema.
Allow me to take this opportunity to thank the mayor and the mayoress, Deputy Ambassador. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for standing with my nurses and midwives. Christy team from Christy, thank you so much. You are the reason why I have come back. The Global Health Partnership, thank you for the good job you are doing under the Uganda UK Health Alliance. It's a good, strong partnership which has made us to be on the map and do a lot of things together. The Uganda representatives, I would like to go down, but the knees are that. I honor you, thank you. My dear nurses and midwives, thank you. I bring you greetings from Uganda, and especially from the nurses and midwives of Uganda, heading in the Ministry of Health. This is our greetings. I also want to pass greetings from my top management. That is my Honorable Minister, my PS, my Director General. I am here representing the whole of the nurses and midwives in Uganda, and everybody is aware that Agnes is in Liverpool. So I want you to say plus to them. And I again reiterate, it is not my own making, it is the making of the system which we have in place, which is headed by our government, and which has been a liberal government that has made it possible for us to restore our relationship and make sure that the sector-wide approach has been used very effectively, because we have what we call different partnership, which has made it possible, especially the Uganda-UK Health Alliances. I want to thank the leadership who are here and the leadership who are back home for the great work they have done. Celebrated International Day for Midwives together with them. Not only that, we were able to take high up the advocacy on mental health. And this has been crowned by Madame Justine, who also served as one of the fellows, and she has been one of the remotest area, but a very effective health system called Lacho Hospital. It's not because he is here. I went to Lacho myself, I met the leadership, and they were so grateful and thankful to all of you here, and also to the Global Partnership for really making it somebody who is from there taking the content which is able to be practiced in the local way and have an impact on the nurses. As she leaves, they were ready to take her away. And we are only planning how many of these we can have there. So I want to say thank you for that. Not only that, under the area of eye health, we also received a number of mentorship. We had a number of collaboration. Where is Primrose? So I was in Uganda 2 weeks back. We had a marvelous collaborative meeting. Not only that, Mayoress and Ambassador, I want to tell you, we appreciate what you people, my dear nurses and midwives, we appreciate what you do here. And out of that, we were able to reward some of your members as the top people who are able in the diaspora to offer health services and also improve our health system. And Primrose was one of them. So what you do here, I want you to know that you may do it in a different place, give care somewhere, but we are able to recognize your ability. We appreciate what you do. So we need this kind of sittings. We need this kind of interactions so that we can draw a plan of how useful your competences which you have built here can build the system back home. Even during your absence, we can offer care which is quality to our people. That will be the great gift which you can give to us. And I want to say we still have a lot to do together. And today I've come back and I'm happy Christine Care is here. I am making follow-up. Please expect me in your offices on Tuesday. And those who are around, I know you are all influential people. My availability, take opportunity. Let me reach your place so that it adds value to you. And then together we can be able. I want to see 10 fellas in different areas as we go to this new financial year, so that next year I will still surrender, come back to ask for more and back you up. Thank you for listening. I want us to interact, but let's be able to discuss things, how useful we can tap these skills, not only here, but also under the Global Health Partnership. We are also with open hand welcome whoever comes, but also we ask, can we also open more ways so that we can even bring those, whether it means for 3 weeks on those specialized areas. Christy, my debt with you is under oncology. Unless we achieve that, I will continue coming until when you achieve that. So allow me really to say thank you for supporting our nurses and midwives. They are the core basis of health. Without a nursing care, whether you get the quality of all interventions, if nursing care is not quality, it is the determination of an outcome of somebody's health. So let's support our nurses and midwives. Let's be proud as nurses and midwives. We are the ones who make difference in patients' life. Without nursing care, you can never get a patient quick recovery and be back to their health. And you know me, I like these kind of things. As a nurse, you should always put a smile on the face of a person. If you are not contented yourself, who else will be contented for you? So we are lights to our patients. We serve like a hope to our patients. So when we get off like this, please lock those stresses in your rooms. I believe everybody has come here in a very good enjoyment, and I've come back to have this day with you. Thank you so much. I want to leave other time for interaction. I say this to love and serve for God and my country.
We do have a theme this year. we choose a theme every year. So our theme, as you know, the mayor mentioned, is promoting mental health and resilience in the dynamic health care system. And one of the things that I actually quoted is the race data. So work equality data every year reflects us at the bottom of the scale. And who knows the percentage of Black ethnic minority staff in NHS? We are quite many compared to our white colleagues. But yet we end up at the bottom of the leadership table. We know that there is lack of representation of Black and ethnic minority nurses in the NHS leadership team. I tend to sit in the board meetings sometimes and I wonder if I'm gonna win the fight or I'm not. I like walking around with my colleague Salome. We are like the, Salome give a wave, she's from Zimbabwe. We are like the, what do they call a Black woman? The aggressive women of Manzi Care. The angry women of Manzi Care. Because when a policy comes through, I want to see my voice in that policy. Otherwise, who is representing me and who is protecting me? That's why we need resilience. Someone once asked me, Musawo, you've been in NHS for 23 years. Have you been investigated before? How do you not lose your PIN number? Why should I lose my PIN number? Because what we normally say is when you're confident about what you're doing, you can articulate what you're doing. You will take me all the way to the tribunal courts. But I will stand right in front of the judge and proactively say, I gave that adrenaline because I thought the patient is having anaphylaxis. And these are the signs and symptoms that I saw. So I gave that medication in the best interest of the patient. And that's where we fail ourselves as Black and ethnic minority nurses. We are very scared. We are very worried. Someone once said to me, I'm being investigated and I'm going to lose my PIN number. Why are you going to lose my PIN number? We actually managed to overturn that investigation and the person was fine, but it was racially targeted person. Because you're a certain color, you get beaten up so many times that you lose the energy to fight. That this association stands to tell you, do not lose the energy to fight. When we hold hands here together, trust me, when you push us, we can't fall. Because together we can. That's why we are strength in unity. The next bit here was showing the activities that we do as an association. I get phone calls for people who say, I work for the agency and the nurses on the ward have refused to sign me for revalidation. And I have to sign them. So this year we signed 17 people for revalidation. But when you ask me, what does my membership do? I have to go through the 4 sections to revalidate your work. Put down my PIN number that I know you're competent to do your job. It takes me at least 4 days out of my work time to offer you that. That's what your membership does. While another staff who has been working with you, your white colleague who has been working with you because your agency, they don't trust you, so they won't put their PIN number to it. But I'm Ugandan, and you're Ugandan, and I'll push you forward. I'll put my name to it. That's what your membership does. Fitness to practice. This year, we've had 21 cases. 7 of those were internationally recruited nurses. Yeah? Salome is going, oh God. I have sat on so many panels of international recruited nurses. And you ask the nurse, oh, so you came to the UK? Yeah. Then how much induction to the system did you get? 2 weeks, and then you get handed medication kits, then she does a medication error, and then straight away she's incompetent. So I was in Lacho Hospital. You've got beautiful medication cards. In the UK, you use the laptop, don't you? Yeah? You log into the laptop, it's allergies written there, they are flagging already. Any issues happening are very simple, isn't it?
The Wi-Fi goes down.
Everything goes down. So, you also come to the UK as an international nurse, and you cannot question your doctor in Uganda. And I did say, I really want to do this report specifically, and I don't want to be rushed into it because I want people to get exactly what the association does. Because we are seated here to understand what the association does. This is the question that people ask. We recruited nurses to induct them into the system. Pastoral, support. You do know that when you come from Uganda, we don't know that you have to switch on the heater when you're cold. We don't know you have to top up gas. We don't know that if you step on this side of the road, if you live in Liverpool and you're on the other side of the road, you may end up in Kirby instead of going to town. Yeah? Those of you who live in London, when I came to London in 2000, I ended up in Hammersmith. But I was supposed to go to Upton Park. So I called my uncle and said, I'm lost. Tell me the postcode and the thing. And I was SE what? He said, where are you? You're supposed to be in E something, East London something. So these are the things that our nurses go through. Little things that you call really little, but we support as an association. Academic support, we do that. We've got the academic team. This year, as I mentioned, we've had people who have gone from a band 5 to 6, from a 6 to a 7. We've had people who have gone back to university to top up their degrees. Remember, all the association work is done in our free time. So we all have full-time jobs. But we have to create time to be able to do these things. And we are becoming successful at this. We are helping each other build resilience. I don't know how many times someone can call you in tears, but by the time they get off the phone, they are reassured that you will stand with them. Some of these executives, have driven to Wales. People have driven to London to sit in these hearings to literally show our white colleagues that we are in this together. I know the RCN is there, but I'm the president of this Ugandan Nurses Association, and this is my nurse, and I'll question what you're doing to them. Because what you're doing to them is not right. This is just recognition of the academic team again. Monthly webinars. You guys normally evaluate them and you tell us the topics that you want to discuss. So in this whole month, these are some of the topics that we've done monthly. Some of them have been done by outside providers. But again, I put the average of the evaluation. You can see that that's above 9. But again, these are webinars that simply help people with interview skills, financial management, mental health and well-being. Oh my goodness, we had an anti-racism webinar that was attended by over 80 of us. So it goes to show that we really need resilience in the jobs that we are doing in the NHS. People are struggling. People are suffering. People are going back home and questioning, if I was not getting this money in pounds, would I be here? In Lacho Hospital, I left my job that paid me good money. I took sabbatical leave for 5 months, so I was unpaid. I was being paid living allowance and expenses. Money as little, not a band 1, we don't have band 1s here. But I left a band 8B money. I wanted to look in my system and see what is going on. Those nurses in Uganda are like brilliant physicians. They are good clinically. They are amazing clinically. They do a good job. There is no systems to support them. You guys work within supportive systems. There is no clinical supervision for those nurses. There is no standard operating procedures for these nurses. There is no strategic plans for these nurses. But they follow the law. I walk from work here and I find our nurses in uniform from work. So in Lacho Hospital, everyone walked in their dress. I don't know where they keep their uniforms because there's no lockers. But they will arrive and wear their dress, their uniform, and belt up. Before they leave, they will take off that uniform. Infection control, tick. You got here in the UK, I find nurses on the bus in uniform. Lessons learned. These are things we learn. Yeah? I find nurses on the bus. Is this why we died more of COVID? So it gave me things to think about. So don't think Musao was in Uganda getting money. Musao was volunteering, but I learned a lot. And those are things you have to also think about because this organization can help you with. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So these are activities that we do, both in the UK and of course in Uganda. Those are public health activities Kabaka's run. Our lovely nurses, put up a really wonderful show that day. That is in UK. That is, we are part of something called the INMAS, International Nurses and Midwives Association, who sits under the NMC. And we get support from the NMC. And this is why, if there's an investigation for our nurses via the NMC, I get to know about it to be able to give that moral support to the nurse who's going through it. These are international activities. That is our beautiful child nurses in Lacho Hospital. And that was the highlights of the Kampala Gulu Run. Next slide. Again, that is our Agatha Christie doing our training for oncology. The team is here. And then our collaboration work with the embassy. I think this December we will be there again to meet with allied professionals, Buddha doctors, all of us coming together to do the same thing as strengthening health systems in our country of origin. I was talking about membership. Financial dependence. This association very much depends on membership and donations. So membership, financial year is July to July. We pay £50 every year. £50 every year. Who knows what the Nigerian Association pays? Does anyone know? 400. £120. That's what they pay. And they have 450 paying members. But did anyone hear about the midwife who was in the papers? She almost lost her PIN number. Jennifer, yeah. And it didn't happen. So this is when we hold each other together and march to courts and say, as an association, we are standing together. If this is racism, we are going to clear it out of the way. Because I normally say to people when I say, I came to the UK as an 18-year-old. I have 4 children now. And I think they'll have children in the UK because they're not coming home. This is home. So this is a generation that is going to build resilience in the next generation to be able to realize that this is home. Because for our children, Uganda is not home. They call them the British kids, the Jadens. The Jadens, You understand? So we need to embed these things here. So we have a membership, £50 every year. On the group, we are 550. When I look in the register of the NMC, it says we have 980 Ugandan nurses registered on the NMC. 550 people, 62 people have paid membership. I have. Hey! And you will never know what membership does to you until you're struggling. until you're struggling. I was given presidential fuel fee to travel to Wales to sit in an investigation for 3 days of an internationally recruited nurse. And the first question I asked her, are you a member of UNEMCA? I'm on the group. Did you pay membership? No. I still supported her. And when I got out the first day, she said to me, I've paid membership. Guys, the NMC investigation has 18 pages. And when it's sent to you, you go through it bit by bit because this is about your member's PIN number. Some of you guys have gone to uni, topped up your masters, done this. You are very experienced. I cannot imagine myself losing my PIN number after everything I've put into this job. So I look through your paperwork with passion. And trust me, yeah? I will tell you this absolutely right. And this is where your membership goes. A lot of people think in Lunyankole, Uganda, Luchiga, Luo, yet you're writing English. So when you read somebody's statement, they are stabbing themselves in the foot. They are handing themselves over to the NMC to cancel their register. Change all that and put it into perspective. Because there are some things where you have to look at the Human Rights Act and quote it. There are some things where you have to look at patient safety and define that according to the professional code of conduct, I was doing it right in this sense. We don't do that. And these executive members have to spend time going through that. Your application. Academic lady Zam recently had to write somebody's application. Sometimes you have to change everything, to rewrite it. Personal statements. I do interviews. I want to open a personal statement that, tells me, as soon as I read it, I'm like, yes. People don't read your whole personal statement. They read the first 2 statements. You walk into an interview and I'll look at you and say, yes. Oh, for God's sake. You get. I once interviewed somebody who came from a night shift, came in with a Tesco bag, had been shopping, and even asked us where to put her shopping. So please pay membership because those are some of the things we do. We have the investment team. I'll ask Tim to briefly come and talk about that because it has 4 registered members, but apparently 35 have paid. For the time I've spent in Uganda and the time that Tim has been here, we are trying to make our lives better in both UK and Uganda. Majority of us, we work so long but we never have a mortgage in the UK. So we are likely to retire and then go into a care home. But everything you've put into your life, you end up in a care home. So Tim will briefly talk about the investment account when I finish. Those are global partners that you've already seen. Slide 2, please. I know food is ready. I put some recommendations and they'll be in the printed reports. And those recommendations mainly come from Dr. Moto. Dr. Moto, please stand up. Dr. Moto has just completed a research for us on global work and the work that we put into there. But my main thing, and it's the only one I would talk about, it's really as policymakers, Mr. Mayor, when you sit on the table, please do ask the leadership, policymakers, to include us. Include us in these policies. Make us part of it. We are serving. We are happy to serve. A lot of our staff died in COVID. What does the research do? We were in the most high-risk areas. Majority of our colleagues who worked in office space had to carry their office home and work from home. But when you're band 5 on the front line, you cannot go home to work from home. You have to do your IVs, you have to do your medication. So we were more exposed. Not just because we had underlying symptoms. We were more exposed to high-risk environment. So do involve us. So our call, this is everything we've done this year, by the way. The financial report will be available on our website in detail. This is just PowerPoint. I'll ask Tim to quickly talk about the investment team, and then I want us to very quickly talk about a main project this year. Some of you attended the webinar. We have a partnership with the Uganda police in Zambia. Dr. Biaruhanga, the Director of Health, walked me around the mental health unit for Zambia. And you will see the pictures there. I broke down and cried. I've got relatives in the police force. Butarika admits them for 2 weeks and sends them back in the uniports in Zambia. There is a high suicide rate because they discharge them before they are ready to come home. Their families are far away, so they have nobody to rely on. This unit has been created to support them rehabilitate back into the community. So tonight we want to launch it. We want to fundraise for it. We need support because we need over 90 million to refurbish it to the national standards. And trust me, we will do it. Yes. We will do this as UNEMCA. We will put a stamp to it as UNEMCA. So Herbert again will talk about this, but we really need your support when we get, we get to you, but we need to be able to make a difference in our country. So that's the financial report for this year. This is the whole thing that we've done. I've rushed it, but it will be on the website. Tim can talk about the investment, then Herbert quickly talk about.
My name is Tim Mogera. I'm a medical legal practitioner, I'm a psychiatric nurse, and I dabble in a few other things. I'm also an approved mental health professional, and we're talking money. So, and I'll just make it as simple as possible, but I'll also put a proviso. The information that I'm going to share will strictly, the president will be talking about the project in Zambia. So we're talking money. Basically, so we thought we are over 900 members. We have a platform of about 550 members. We thought, how about if we came together, raise money in a pool, and then do a few things. I will not tell you the numbers, but right now we've managed to raise in the region of £30,000. And we only started in March this year. And we're only raising £50. Is it £50? It's £100, I beg your pardon. So we're raising £100 per month. Someone has only got to pay £30 to be a part of this group. We've been going for 5 months. We have over £30,000 in the pot. We have an ambitious plan. We would like to possibly build a nurses and midwives village in Uganda. We would like to buy land. Basically, we might acquire land, subdivide it, make it planned with road systems and water and electricity. And then each member that is part of this group will be allocated a plot of land. We will be quite rigid in that on this nursing village we'll have a school, maybe we'll have a hospital, maybe we'll also have a little shopping mall, we'll also have very nice gazetted places, green spaces. So it's quite an ambitious plan. All I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is today, what's the date today?
This month.
It's the 12th. You still have an opportunity to join this group, but you have to pay all the 5 months, which is about £500 plus £30 for membership, and then you can be part of this. My president said the other day, but hang on, Tim, no, this is really nice. And she was really going at me at 100 miles an hour. And I said, we cannot open up now. The president was suggesting that we let this cycle go forward, that we open another cycle of people to start contributing into their own pool. So we have pool A, which is now going up to December or January. No, it's actually going up to March next year because we want to be contributing for a year. So we started in March. We want to go up to March next year, that's 12 months. We would like to see how much we have in a pot. and then we'll start looking for ambitious things. But there's also something. Our money is not going to be sitting. We plan to invest our money in the meantime before we come to March. So far, I think we have quite enough money in the region of about 29,000. What we plan is we will sit down with the people who are part of this pool. We will make a decision as to where we would like to invest this money. We plan to either invest it in a unit trust, which earns a specific amount, and this is compounding interest. So our 20,000, 30,000 pounds by the end of March, next year, the end of the pooling cycle, might have an extra 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 pounds. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of your time, please, 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 if you want to be part of this investment pool, join us. The other objective is we are considering to also do something here. We are also exploring with helping people get on the mortgage ladder. We might get a list of few people that we can contribute to, and they acquire their houses, and then we have a second pool who will help with the deposit, and then they get on the mortgage ladder, such that it's a self-perpetuating and recurring program to support people. So without taking much of your time, ladies and gentlemen, please come and join our investment group, but you have to pay the past 5 months. And I think the future really looks bright. Thank you so much.
Sorry, just to clarify, as a treasurer, we've got a QR code, which Mr. Alvin will put on the screen shortly. Scan it, fill up the form, and register. One more thing you forgot, before you become an investment member, you must be a paying member of the INAMUCA. Okay? You must be a paying member of the INAMUCA, then an admin fee, annual fee of £30, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Just to give you a bit of a background about this project, obviously most of us have got the privilege to have 2 feet in 2 geographical places, England and Uganda. And a lot of us have got that social-cultural background, understanding Uganda in many ways, particularly around how in Uganda, where you brought up, born and bred, how we treat and respond to people with mental health problems, right? Mulalu, common thing, you know, or your Slavika, the devil has possessed him. So really the background of the Zambia project is really to address the social, cultural, interactions that we often see in the countries that we come from, particularly the low, middle income countries, and how we interpret and understand people with mental health problems. And we do know, and this is facts, research, Madame Agnes will probably correct me on this, there's just about 51 million Ugandans. A majority of the population in Uganda are young people, as I'm sure most of us know. But there's just about 53 psychiatrists in the entire country. So if you work out the maths, that is 1 psychiatrist per 1 million people. I mean, you work out how many consultations. If you have a mental health problem back home in Uganda, you can actually struggle to see a professional. So the Zambia project is really to try to really, John F. Kennedy in 1961, in his inaugural presidential speech, said to a lot of the Americans that, do not ask what your country can do for you, but what can you do for what? For your country. And I suppose if you have to live today and you're fed, you made friends, just reflect and think, what can I do for England? Because England has adopted me. But what can I do for Uganda? Because Uganda is my home country. And everything that we've had today, we're probably going to hear for the rest of the evening, is essentially about that. How can we use our skills, our knowledge, to improve the people around us, our colleagues, but also transpose that knowledge back home in Uganda? Because I dare say, there's so many Ugandans in the villages who really would want to benefit from the skills and the knowledge that we all have.
Professor, I want to say you give me the attention when I'm speaking about money. Because it's in Zambia 3 speaking now, and we are going to keep the trend of Zambia 1 Another £100.
Chimney 3, thank you very much. We have a Mugaga here.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Please, everybody, please.
Of our president, Mrs. Justin Odwongo. She's got a project with Lacho Hospital in Gulu. But there is no table here that is under the name of Lacho Hospital. But in the name of Lacho Hospital, myself, Pamela Achaye, and my sister Joy Oloya, we are going to put £100 under the name of Lacho Hospital because we hail from Lacho in Gulu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. Nancy, is there anything happening there?
We on Zambia 2 table, we contribute £100 to the good cause as well. This is Mulango 2 table and we are also contributing £100.
Contributing £120.
This is table Mango 1 and because
Table Mango 1 is speaking. Table Mango 1 has got the mic.
And because the organization has supported the Kevin Carraro Leukemia Trust, we are going to contribute £50 towards that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. We are table Murago 3 and we are going to contribute £100.
On behalf of Chibuni 1, we are also contributing £100 towards the cause. Thank you so much.
Kati njagala babuze kinyiriza ekimfaananya abangereza bagambe switsati gwe nafuna yampala bunenyereza
Yazapita yana mwisho ipo siku tayasahau watatoshi walotukarau kaza moyo nivumilie amini tutayasahau watatoshi walotukarau
nitakununulia mawigi na simu, nitakuzawadia pochi zenye thamani, na wewe ndo waingishia, utembe kwa uskani na vioki wafungia. Aloyumba nyoni Mungu na ndo atayumba kesho. Amini fungu letu lacha aliko mbali, alisema vita zako tu tutatafuta kwa mateso. Baby miti ya kawaida usijali, kidogo nachokuletea usinune, pokea nipate moyo nifariji, na juhudi naziongezea usichoke nyombea, Mola kubariki zaidi. Mungu kakupa sura, kakupa shepu, nyuma chora, mambo yetu mwana sanura, mwenzako mimi
Telling me what I owe you. Telling me what you wanted me to give you. My darling, Isabella, oh boy, Isabella, Joe, you know why you be feeling awkward. But she got your courage, my darling. And I'm looking you, my darling. And I'm looking you.
She giving me styles, different styles, she be my partner. She doing her art, she making it sound, she casting the spell.
Tell me no did no go around my baby.
That is a remix thing.
Hi, baby. But now for my yanti yo single kwagala wasana bitekesa tewemenya kubanga kwe mutunze kwe single kwagala wenne muchikutegeza nenenya so baby babaleta and the babaleta sishiwa kanya chiche so kwe ngamba mekweleka aso wineka kwagala nyo wesinga Rachel Lisa mise ne wemba bise ngoba ngompise moyo no chendi digi da digi da mbona bakudance flow come take it digi da digi da pick your biggie boy come pepe da digi da mbona bakudance flow come take it digi da pick your biggie boy come pepe da
mtoto wa bongo mkubwa sio mdogo Dada kusinga mjango Kawekole muka zako Kawalagalanga pepa na jinja Agazale kama ina ninja Kwene wawa tokonda kumba Mugamba kama tamachete kinja
When you saw me say, they wemba busy Mwoba ngo busy Mbayo jona change When you saw me say, they wemba busy Mwoba ngo busy Mbayo jona change
Chibanda kale wasiso okuganja oli muwomu olinga ganja toli galamite toleta galamite kana kaweta kembaga kakunyumire mulive don't run and mulive don't rush kana kamuli komukwano kan so me baby don't rush I'm all over you body all over you so don't rush all over you your body all over you so me baby don't rush I'm all over your body all over you
Tejerinya muwayawo. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Congratulations.
A huge congratulations to you all our newly qualified nurses. So well done! Woo, 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 woo. It's so easy to do the prayers. At times we do poems. At times you have a receipt. But you manage and pull through. So well done, ladies and gentlemen.
You love